So hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a Patreon request for Julie, who wanted a commentary on Police Academy 3, and I reviewed the film. I don't know what else I could say other than what I said in my review, but I'll do my best. So 3, 2, 1, press and play. Thanks so much for that. People want to request reactions, trailer reactions, movie topics, whatever. You just send the request directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below. But Police Academy 3, I mean, I said in my review, I enjoy the film. It is my favorite of Police Academy films. I think this is one of the first ones I remember watching when I was a kid. I like the first 4 Police Academies. Not so much after that. If I had a ranking, I would say it's 3, then 1, then 4, then 2. I don't like the other ones, but if I have to rank them, I don't know, we're probably like 5, 6, 7, I don't know. But I know there were talks of making a documentary. The guys who did the Fright Night documentary and supposed to be doing that RoboCop documentary. They say they're doing a Police Academy. There's a trailer for it, but then I don't know what happened to it. Those guys just, they say we're going to do like 5 fucking documentaries at the same time, and then none of them released. Go figure. Maybe if you stuck to one, then that could be released. They just did to another. Because you spread yourself to 5, 6 documentaries. By that time, probably 2 or 3 of them could have been released. If you just focus on those. But hey, what do I know? Now, Police Academy was a huge success, and that was the only one that was rated R. And then Police Academy 2 was the only one rated PG-13. This is when the movie started to become rated PG. Now, the 2 characters on the right were introduced in part 2, and the 2 on the left were introduced in part 1. And G.W. Bailey, I don't know the reason why he did not come back for Police Academy 2 and 3. Maybe they didn't ask. Maybe something else happened. But then they got this guy to be the sort of antagonist in part 2 and 3. And sadly afterward, I think this guy, he had an accident where he got paralyzed or something. It's very sad. I mean, part of me would like to have seen G.W. Bailey just for consistency, but I thought he did a good job here as the antagonist. And the gist of the plot is they're dwindling down police academies. This guy wants his academy to stay up, and our good guy's academy to fail. So how do we find a way to fuck that up? How do we find a way to mess that up so that they are the ones that get shut down and we're still kicking and going with our academy? Of course, people look down to police academies. They're low, they're slapstick, they're not high art, but they're fun, they're entertaining, they're short, they're easy to sit through, at least the first 4. They're goofy, they're silly. I'm actually fine with the films not being rated R, because I like the first one, but the rated R stuff just, I don't know. felt arbitrary in a weird way. Just, oh, here's a head up some horse's ass. Uh, Here's a blowjob joke. Although it's kind of a funny joke, but I was fine with it. Maybe because I grew up more with Police Academy 3 and 4, and then I watched 1 later on. But what makes the films work, the first 4, is the cast. And all of the cast, I would say this is my favorite cast of all the Police Academies, because you had the main stars of Steve Guttenberg and George Gaines, Leslie Easterbrook, Michael Winslow. But then you got Bobcat Goldthwait, you got Brian Tochi, which I'll get to. And I'd be curious to see that documentary, because these came out on DVD. They had little making ofs. I mean, the first one, I'd be curious to listen to that commentary again, because there's a commentary on it, but the others have, how do I put it? They have just like little interview featurettes on it. It's not too long. Mauser, that was the character's name. Our antagonist, Mauser. Mauser and Proctor. Towards being the kiss ass. I love the music. It's such a cheery, upbeat music. But I'm fine with saying I like the first 4 Police Academies. I'm not going to be ashamed of it. Fuck it. Just get down on your knees and kiss his ass, why don't you? Just wipe the governor's ass, why don't you? Wipe his ass with your fucking tongue, brown noser. Fucking Michael Winslow. Sadly, if Michael Winslow tries to do those sound effects today, they don't really work out, but they did in his prime. He's lost a little bit of that as time has gone on. Like if you watch him nowadays, he tries to do sound effects, it just isn't the same. And we got the Goot. We got the Goot. Steve Guttenberg, the Goot. I've always been a Steve Guttenberg fan. People forget how big he was in the 80s. I mean, the Police Academy films were very successful. Three Men and a Baby was extremely successful. Short Circuit was successful. Cocoon was successful. He had a great winning streak of movies that were hits. And then in the 90s, it kind of just dried up. Steve Guttenberg's type of guy, if you did a Guardians of the Galaxy movie in the 80s, he'd be the guy to play Star-Lord. He's kind of the Chris Pratt of the 80s, if you think about it. I mean, part of me wants to say Ryan Reynolds, but, Chris Pratt. I'd like to see more. Of course, he would have been coaching a girls' basketball team. He was Bubba Smith. And of course, we got Tackleberry being an apeshit crazy guy with his training, looking like Rambo. And I'm trying to remember what year this came out. 86? I think this is a year after Rambo 2. That's why he's looking like Rambo. Yeah, I want to say this was 86. Yeah. I mean, after Rambo First Blood Part 2, of course it's going to look like Rambo. David... I think it was a David Graff? You have the team there. Marion Ramsey, Michael Winslow, the core team. Kind of like the best of the team in the first two films. And 1986 to me was a great year for movies. Honestly, one of my favorite years for movies. Because think about it, 1986, you got Aliens, you got Big Trouble in Little China, you got Cobra, you got Maximum Overdrive, you got I'm trying to think of all the movies that came out in 86. Aliens, Big Trouble in Little China, The Fly, Jumpin' Jack Flash, The Golden Child, Maximum Overdrive. A lot of films I really enjoy in 86. Now, this is a throwback to the first film, because in the first film this was reversed. Where the guy who's the cop here, he was the new recruit, and he was the bumbler that was messing everything up. And his wife would be on the windshield, but now they did the reverse of this. Which was interesting if you've seen the first film. Nice sort of a throwback nod. I can't remember the actors' names, but that's a bad thing to say. There are places in the home. I don't know if this guy was in part 2. There's a couple of the films he wasn't in. I think he came back for part 6. See, in the first film, it was reversed. He was driving and she was on the windshield. On the hood, I should say. And we'd have Sweet Chuck. Now this character would be in Police Academy 2. He was the guy who owns the store that these guys kept breaking into. So now he's going to be a police recruit. This guy I never remember, because he like does nothing other than, I think he's at the party at the end and he warns them. Which I guess made sense. You gotta have someone do it, so just throw in a character for a couple seconds and not take away from the characters we care about. For all those people who don't remember what Le Mans is, it was a... Go watch the Steve McQueen movie, Le Mans. Slow ass fucking scooter. Police Academy. I wonder if anyone in the actual Police Academy ever watches these films, or they think of them as embarrassments. I'd be curious about that. Now, what do actual... Do they look down and say, this is fucking stupid? Oh, you don't ask the black guy to carry your bags, huh? Okay, I see how it goes, you rich white fuck. Okay, here you go. Oh, you did. Yeah, don't fuck with Bubba Smith. Now we got Marion Ramsey here as Hooks. I thought the humor works fine, just it's not too overbearing though either. It just felt a little natural. Like he's trying to ease these guys through training, giving a little bit of fun. You'll make it just fine, just keep dancing. Which is in contrast to this more uptight, put a fucking piece of coal up your ass with a twisty dead diamond type of recruits. Now this is Brian Tochi. I don't know how politically correct this is, but it's nice to see Brian. For those who don't know who Brian Tochi is, I remember him most in the first 3 live-action Ninja Turtle films because he's the voice of Leonardo. He's the voice of Leonardo in the first 3 90s Ninja Turtle movies. So when I hear his voice, I hear Leonardo, so that's really cool. Of course, our villains are racist assholes. Which is fine for the villains. Now we have his overbearing mother with the recruit, and Leslie Easterberg's character is just ready to fucking bitch slap this mother or punch her in the face. Actually puts it, stifle it. And a set of brass balls this big. Now, this character, Tackleberry, sadly this actor has passed away. His character meets a girl and gets married in the second film. That's how it ends. And this is his wife's family. This whole thing here. Because this father character comes back for part 4 on the Citizens on Patrol thing. Which is kind of fun watching these movies. There is a certain sense of continuity. Like, that character who disappeared for 2 movies, he comes back. And that character we haven't seen since movie 2. Interesting when you watch these films back to back. Which, I reviewed all the Police Academy films. They're on the channel. Never saw the live action show, TV show, and never saw the cartoon. Here's Brian Tochi. $700? That's fucking bullshit. $700. That's bullshit. I hear Steve Gutenberg, the ladies' man. Is this true, sir? And who's a barber? Hightower, this guy just said something about your mother. Lying asshole. $700, huh? Beaters don't lie. This beater lied. Just the characters just seem, they just have a fun, charm, personality to them. And on the trailer for the documentary, it didn't seem like they had Steve Guttenberg, but Steve Guttenberg seems very adamant, like he was willing to talk about these movies. So I don't know what the deal was. I swear I read somewhere that they're going to interview Steve Guttenberg. Just, I don't know. I look forward to it. Yes, Bobcat Goldthwait. Which I know Bobcat looks down on these movies, but they're better than anything the guy's directed. I'm sorry, Bobcat. If you ever see this, I've seen the films you directed. Willow Creek is boring as shit. Will's Greatest Dad is overrated. Sleeping Dogs Lie, the only notable thing is that, oh, a dog licked her pussy or whatever the fuck. I'd rather watch these. That didn't hurt. God damn. But yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait, there's a time where he was doing his stand-up, and that would be his shtick with the way he does his voice. He was the bad guy in Police Academy 2, and then he's reformed in this one, and he'd come back for part 4. He always worked with this guy. Oh, hi. Hey, I'm my roommate. Hi. I used to be a real jerk. No, I just annoyed the piss out of this guy with his drumming. Some people get annoyed about your Goldthwait shtick. It makes me laugh. I can't tell. It's unique. It's so unique. A little better, but I try to do. Yeah, I don't take requests. Oh yeah, this is where they put the fucking lights on the dogs. You think we'll get in trouble? No, they're doing fine. I can't do Bobcat Goldthwait. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, the dog's just... Well, over here with Mauser's Academy, it looks more like a Gestapo. Sorry, now I'm getting lost in the movie. But yeah, the movie goes by a pretty good pace too. I mean, it's already 25 minutes in, I have less than an hour left, so. But yeah, this is a time when, like nowadays with comedies, for the most part, it's gotta be how to shock you, how to be so, how do I put it? Shocking is one word, but so inappropriate that how dare they do that, so that's automatically supposed to be funny. It's like with everything, it has to be utilized the right way. Again, I think what makes these films work is because of the characters. Now, of course, here, the last time we saw this was in the first one where Hightower fucking picked up the car and rolled it over. Which G.W. Bailey has one of my favorite, oh shit, in that first movie. And that was the funny thing, is that Hooks did such a... Again, that's kind of a nice comparison with the first one. The first one, Marion Ramsey's character was very slow, methodical, little stroll around the obstacle course. But here we saw her go much faster, much more experienced. Michael Winslow. Okay, you just start the car now. But if there are any of those things, you fail. Afterwards, Bob is like, fuck it, I'll hotwire it. Don't mess with that dog. I'm bad with breeds of dogs, so I don't know what breed that dog is. It's a German Shepherd, I believe. For some reason, I always thought this was like the first time he did this. But someone said, nah, he did it in part 2. But I always remember this more with the... He's doing this, but... But he will. Welcome him to the... I don't know. He did that really well. This guy's not too bad with the kicks. Not too bad at all. Wonder who he really is. Here we have Brian Tochi. Before voicing Leonardo the Ninja Turtle, you see a little bit of Martial Schwartz here. He wasn't in the suit of the Turtles, but just interesting. He would voice a Ninja Turtle. Now you see him doing Martial Schwartz here just a few years before. Not too bad, not too bad. Leslie Eastbrook definitely lights it. Just Brian Tochi. I don't blame Brian Tochi for this, but staring at those bazundras. The mind being mightier than the bosom. I said bosom. That's sword. Of course, when you have these films and you have so many theaters you have to utilize, it's hard to get them all fit together with equal running time. That's kind of the catch-22 of it all. I think he shoots the TV in this. These two little jerkwads. Your name's Neil and Bob, or is that what you do? Oh, this is the thing. This is like the bed of nails. Just these are fine. They're like, what the hell? Apparently that is really good for the bat, but I could never do it. There's a little bit of Psycho reference coming up for Bobcat. I think because a lot of these actors really committed to their parts, whether as goofy or silly as it is. Like the guy who plays Tackleberry, he's committed with his face and his way he delivers the dialogue. He's not sleepwalking or anything. Oh, this is when they try and kick down the doors. Tackleberry always good with the guns. Just slams right back on her. Oh yeah, this guy. I don't know why this makes me laugh. Just the fact that he runs out of fucking bullets. This is why we kick down the door, buddy. It does work. I mean, he did get the door down. This ain't gonna end well for him. Not quite. I'm sorry I'm not saying much. It's a bit... I realize I'm not that good at commentaries. It's hard to talk all the way through, and also not having made the films, not having been part of the films, it's hard to know like what exactly there is to talk about. Especially with a film like Police Academy 3, there's only... I really enjoy the film, but there's only so much you talk about a film like Police Academy 3. Oh, I forgot, yeah, the boxing match between the two academies. And the father will give him the sort of pep talk or pep punch. Is it this one or the next one he gets the pep punch from his dad? I think it's the next one. What the fuck you doing, man? Get out of the boxing ring. You're not supposed to be in there. There you go. One punch, one fall. And knocks his dad out. Double knockout. Oh yeah, that guy looks like he's a bad guy from the 1930s. This guy looks like he's on cocaine. That's why they brought the cadets to have stuff fuck up. This guy did it on purpose, fucking asshole. What kind of car is that? Like, you got, what the hell is that in the back? Like mannequin legs? This old game. Yeah, it's like manatee head, manatee legs in the back. Weird ass design. Oh, is this like the no smoking? You'll put that out, mister. I believe it is. Yeah, because I hear the coughing. You better listen to him. You put it out now, mister. Oh no, it's a crossbow. It's not a gun, it's a crossbow. Well, Tackleberry, he would be the guy who would shoot you, shoot you fucking cigar with a gun. So in this case, it is a crossbow. Got a little bit of a car chase here going. Big old jump. Nice stunt. Yeah, that didn't work out well. How the hell did he get turned upside down anyway? It jumps up. How the hell did it get turned upside down? Upside down? Not really. We're up shit creek. And yeah, Michael Wenzel's here just being an asshole, just being a troll with the cash register. Steve Drummond and Michael Winslow seem like they really enjoy working with each other. And I know they worked together again on Lava Lantula, which I think they had like 2 movies. I think Michael Winslow and Marion Ramsey, maybe Leslie Easterbrook, but I know Michael Winslow was in them with Steve Gutenberg. Of course, Steve Drummond is the type of guy that's always thinking about the pranks. Oh, Michael Winslow, yeah, he has the prank here. A lot of people shit on Gutenberg. I don't know why people dislike Gutenberg nowadays, or they shit on him, or they made fun of him. I don't know why. I think he worked very well. He had a charm, a sweet charm to him. Again, like like a bit of a Chris Pratt in the 80s. Maybe a tiny bit of Ryan Reynolds. Oh yeah, they're gonna rip off the fucking eyebrows, man. I think his says was champagne. Champagne. Yeah. But I was like, oh well, buddy, you take the fucking tape off yourself. Bye bye, sucker. What do you expect with fucking tape over your eyes? Hey. That's a clean rip. I don't know why this reminds me of Batman 89. Give me the mirror. That doesn't work. That look like you're doing for a RuPaul concert, RuPaul show. Yeah. And Commandant Lassard, one of the only actors to be in all 7 films. Yeah, one of the only actors to be in all 7 movies. Him, Michael Winslow, and David Graff. Leslie Easterberg wasn't in one of them. I forget which one it was. Was it 2? She was not in. I think it was 2. I can't remember. Oh yeah, the Tear Gas training. Yeah, Bobcat goes like, fuck this, I'm staying in here. He loves that shit. Hut, 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 out, out, hut, hut, hut. Not one. Like I said, because you have so many characters, even like when you look at the past 50 minutes, Steve Gutenberg hasn't had a tremendous amount of scenes. When we first see him, the guy, the taxi cab driver guy, that scene at the bar, the scene here, but not as much as you would think, well, the star of your movie. But that's the catch-22, is that when you have so many characters, how do you get all of them involved without forgetting some, or some not getting their turn? It's a tough thing to do, because most comedies are not about a giant ensemble like the Police Academy films are. But I'll keep this going. I'll be right back. Be right back. Let's see. Still dancing with nobody there, huh? Yeah, that girl with the dress who said hi to George Danes, she's the woman that gave a blowjob to Lassard in the first film, and then at the end of Police Academy gave a blowjob to Steve Gutenberg's character. So that's what I mean, like, who would have, I mean, if you see all the films, which I guess some people like, why would I, but it's like, oh yeah, that person was in the first one, oh yeah, that person was in this one. And then G.W. Bailey would come back as the antagonist in part 4, and he was in part 4, 5, 6, 7 as the, again, the antagonist. Proctor. All that crap on his face. And the guy's just totally clueless. Damn, Bobby almost took that damn candle out. You ain't gonna do it, buddy. Don't try. You dumb fuck. Big ass bushy eyebrows. And he's just going. See, if this is the R-rated Police Academy, you probably would have seen her breast or something. Her breastises, as you call her bazandras, her bongos, her fun bags. But you did what you're supposed to without having to see that. Lady is clearly that he's naked. What do you expect? The actor does play that aloof, somewhat imbecile nature fairly well. And you did guess what he screamed when those elevator doors closed, what the elevator doors might have caught. I could do without this scene with them singing. Marion Ramsey, Leslie Easterbrook. I mean, this is a scene I don't think is needed. It's not offensive or anything, but just don't think it's something that's needed. while this is happening, to try to see if there's any trivia on this. One sec. But people ask, well, why is this your favorite? It's not just because of nostalgia. It's because I think of all the cast, I like this one. I like the new recruits for the most part. Brian Tochi, Bobcat Goldthwait, the guy who plays Sweet Chuck. I think the finale is actually kind of fun with all the water stunt work. Drew Struzan said he considers the poster art for this film as his favorite of all the Police Academy posters he created. Bobcat Goldthwait suggested that the villains in the final chasing be the same ones who appeared in the previous film. I do see why they didn't go with that. They didn't want a repeat of it. Jerry Paris's final film. It had originally been the intention that the film and Police Academy 4 would be filmed back to back, but Paris was too ill during production, so Jim Drake was hired to direct the next film. Some instances of coarse language, sexual slurs were removed from the final cut in order to be a more family-friendly PG rating. So apparently there is stuff cut out of this movie. Michael Winslow, David Graff, and George Deans are the only actors to appear in all 7 Police Academy films. And Michael Winslow was on Police Academy the series. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to look through all the trivia. I didn't know there was quite a bit of trivia on it. They say with trivia on IMDb that they put this stuff that's really not much trivia at all. The Japanese character Nogata was originally written as a male Indian police cadet. That explains why Nogata slept on a bed of nails and also liked to meditate with his hand over a candle flame. Huh. Let's see. 5.4 in IMDb. Of course, you got the Blue Oyster Bar. I laugh because of that music. I always remember that music. Of course, Mahoney has to embarrass this guy. Why not? Just Mahoney being a total smartass. Good idea too to differentiate, like the police academy are in the blues while the others are in the cream colored, outfits. And that's the rich guy who's going on the helicopter. I don't know why that makes me laugh. You better now! Fuck this shit. Just shoots the shit out of it. I don't know why. Maybe because that's so in tone with the character. It just does work fairly well. Why are you gonna listen to these two jerks, Marin Ramsey? You know they were dumbasses in the first movie. Why are you gonna listen to them? Now, God, what? I don't want to be so silent. What can I talk about? The thing with the Police Academy films is that, number one, there is a fan base for this. That's why each year they kept making them, because people keep coming back. Kind of like, in horror, there was Friday 13th. They would make one almost every year. Same with this. But this is like one of the few comedy franchises that happened to. I don't know of many comedy franchises in the past 30 years where they got to 7 movies. Like action, yeah, Fast and Furious stuff. Horror, Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. But how many comedy franchises in the past 30 years did that? Not too many. I mean, Hangover got to 3. Some of the other stuff, 2, 3, maybe 4, but... And the fact that pretty much every year pretty much since since it started, almost every year in the 80s they would have one. This was 86, then you have 4 in 87, 5 in 88, 6 in 89, then they took a few years to do part 7. What I'm getting at is that there has to be a reason for it, is because, again, I think people, they knew what kind of films they were. They knew when you're going in, you're not looking for something realistic. You're looking for something that's a bit cartoonish, silly, escapism, entertainment. You just leave your brain at the door. And people did grow to enjoy these characters. They enjoyed seeing these characters again. What are they doing now? Maybe what new characters you brought in, like Bobcat Goldthwait's character, or even Brian Tochi's character, who would come back for part 4. And sometimes I wonder if some of these people got brought back, if they did they not come back because they chose not to, or did they not come back because they were told not to, or just not asked to come back. I think some, like Bobcat Goldthwait, he said no. I bet they would have brought him back for part 5 if he wanted to. But again, he's one of the, seems like the others are fine and proud to be part of it. Bobcat seemed like he's the guy that's like, eh. So, but I had to break to the Bobcat. These are the films he's the most popular from, and they're better than anything Bobcat's directed. And that's what happened a lot of the police academies, is that you'd have this action sequence at the end. Like part 2, the scene is in a riot. In part 6, there was the vehicle chase sequence. I'm trying to remember what was the end of part 5. Part 4 is a hot air balloon sequence. But this is one of my favorite of the finales. I really like the water, the jet ski stuff. I think I like the location they shot in. Just made it a bit more unique compared to being in the city constantly. Plus it showed like all the characters having something to do at least, and being a part of it in some way. Having something constructive to do. Sailboats, jet skis, windsurfers. And funny enough, I think it was part 4 that you had Sharon Stone as the maybe girlfriend of Steve Guttenberg. The bad guy's mother just happens to be there. I love that score too. It's just a great rousing score that makes you smile. And that's the thing, is that people look down on so many movies, comedy, horror, action, that are escapism and fun, as in, I'm such above this, and why should I like this? No one will like this because this is so dumb and stupid. I'm like, motherfucker, get your head out of your ass and stop being so goddamn uptight. There's nothing wrong with having fun and making a fun movie, being part of a fun film, watching a fun film. If you don't like it, that's subjective, but get over yourself with this horse shit. I'm so above. Fuck off. Piss off. Fuck's sake. But yeah, each person has their own thing. Like, there's Bubba Smiths, who's able to catch some guys. You punch ain't gonna do shit to me, buddy. Go bow and drown. That's when like each person at least has something to do. I thought that was nicely done. I like this piece of music too. I don't know if this piece of music were in the other ones. Probably was, but can't remember. That little tricorder thing. Even Sweet Chuck gets his moments. I didn't either go with it, like, how is he floating? You either think it's stupid or you just go with it. And when Brian Tochi gets his moment. I like the wetsuit look to it as well. Even Bobcat gets some stuff to beat up. Just two people. I don't know where he got his Rambo outfit of. Maybe he's probably wearing it underneath knowing Tackleberry. Probably shoved the M60 up his ass. Knowing Tackleberry, he'd be willing to do that. See, that's when like each person they had their moments, except maybe Marion Ramsey. But I think she does get the "Don't Move, Dirtbag" later on. Maybe Leslie Easterbrook, you didn't really see her get to do anything. Even George Deans just a kiss some ass. Get the fuck off my boat. There's Lisa Easterbrook, but she didn't really do anything. I don't mind the look of the villains with the see-through clown type of mask. Kind of creepy looking mask. I don't know, just visually interesting being this constant movement with the waves of water. And see, a lot of these people are doing it. Or at least being physically out there in some capacity. Here comes Bobcat. I don't know why each time Bobcat streams like that, it just makes me laugh. I don't know where they shot this. Can't tell you. See, that's the thing. I don't really have any info on the making of the... Up a stall, what you gonna do? You gotta dive, dive, dive. It's just ridiculous, man. It is pretty ridiculous. There you go. Not that bad of a boat chase. I mean, I've seen action films do worse boat chases than this. That's not easy being on those jet skis. One false move, you don't wipe out hard. And they're going pretty damn fast. And these are not too bad stunts, having to go through and go over these little points of land. Of course, the actors like Steve Guttenberg aren't going to do stunts like that. Be way too dangerous. I'm trying to remember like what city that is in the background for these shots. Fuck that way, Proctor. Again, sorry I'm not saying much. Well, you see on screen kind of speaks for itself. But yeah, I was mentioning 1986. I mean, you got Maximum Overdrive, which is one of my favorite Stephen King movies. You got Golden Child, which is my favorite Eddie Murphy film. You got Police Academy 3, my favorite Police Academy film. Short Circuit, really enjoy. You got Cobra, one of my favorite Stallone films. Aliens, one of my favorite films, period. Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite Kurt Russell and John Carpenter films. I mean, the list goes on. You got The Fly, you got crazy group of movies come out in 1986. There you go, Mahoney gets to do something. Throws one guy out at number one. There you go. You get that in from Aaron Ramsey. In that documentary snippet, she mentioned how she doesn't remember anything about this film. I guess it made sense because Aaron Ramsey didn't really have much to do in the movie. But you say that for a lot of the sequels, she doesn't have much to do. Well, I mean, they definitely won the thing. As soon as it's over, it's pretty much over. So it doesn't really lollygag around. It's like an hour and 19 minutes in. And this is pretty much the end. They're saluting and your new recruits for the police academy. Serve and protect. Integrity, knowledge, courage. Steve Guttenberg. He's the Goot, the man. Bubba Smith. David Graff, rest in peace, man. Michael Winslow, pretty funny. Aaron Ramsey, seems like a sweet lady. Brian Tochi, loved you as Leonardo. Art Matrano, sorry what happened to you, man. Bob Tad, I'm sorry, these films are pretty damn fun. George Gaines. Sean Weatherly. Bruce Mahler. Like boom, an hour and 20 minutes. Now we're at the end credits. So it goes by quick, and you know what? It doesn't overstay its welcome. I'll say that. It does not overstay its welcome at all. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Police Academy 3, I think it's a fun film. It's a movie that's harmless. It didn't have any over-the-top stupid jokes that's forced in there, at least to me. To me, it works. It works fairly well. It works for what it's supposed to be. It works on what it's meant to be. It is one of those movies where if you like the first two, or if you like the first one, it's worth a look. If you like, I don't know how to put it, movies that don't take themselves seriously, are just harmless, cartoonish movies with likable characters, with personalities and a fun tone to them, and characters that have certain charm or entertaining, harmless sense of humor. You know, it's rated PG, so the whole family can watch it. It'd be fun to see the first two, but you just see this on its own and still understand what's going on. And overall, like I said, I enjoy the first 4 Police Academies. After that, not so much. So, and the Groot is the man. So, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.